706 million. That's a big number. That's the number of gallons of oil put into our oceans yearly by various routes of oil consumption, according to NASA's website. Hi, my name's Aaron, and today I want to tell you how using alternative fuels is a positive thing to do. Today I'll be discussing the disadvantages of oil, the advantages of alternative fuels, and finally, I'll explain a few things you can change to use more alternative fuels. Now, there are more problems with oil other than the fact that much of it ends up in our oceans. Let's talk about some disadvantages of oil. First, carbon emissions. Carbon emissions from vehicles cloud up breathable air and cause pollution to run rampant in our cities. If you look at different postcards from different cities like San Francisco or New York, you'll notice these beautiful landscapes, these beautiful sceneries. But if you actually go to those cities and witness and view these places firsthand, you'll notice there's a sort of fog or cloud cover over the city. And that's not actually clouds, that's smog caused by emissions from vehicles and equipment used in the city. According to the EPA, over 84% of America's greenhouse gas emissions come from equipment that runs on oil. These greenhouse gases can cause actual climate change. This also means we're all breathing in polluted air. And a second con of oil. Relying on other countries for oil may come back to hurt us. According to EIA.gov, over 40% of the oil America consumed last year was imported from other countries. Now, it's never a good thing to rely on other countries for such a needed necessity. And with numbers like these, we're getting dangerously close to becoming dependent on other countries for something we use every day. Now, to change that, instead of looking for other countries that we trust more, that we can use their energy and their oil, why not find alternative sources that we have here in the United States? Alternative energy sources are exactly that. Unlike oil, many greener alternatives do not release so much carbon monoxide in the air, and like I just said, they're able to be created here in the United States. They'll create jobs, and they'll release our dependence on foreign oil. Let's talk about the pros of renewable energy. The U.S. Department of Energy says that hydrogen-powered vehicles have the potential to have a zero carbon emission rating. This means a smaller ecological footprint and a clear conscience for the consumer. It's also much cheaper to run your car on water, basically, other than oil. The emission is water instead of carbon monoxide, so that's also a good thing. Most alternative fuels are much more cost efficient than oil. Solar-powered houses cost about half the amount of money to run than do coal-powered houses, according to TriplePundit.com. And everyone loves a little extra money in their pocket. Like I said, not only houses, energy in houses, but also cars. There's biodiesel, there's electricity, there's hydrogen like we just talked about. So now that you know the cons of oil and coal and the pros of alternative energy sources like solar, hydrogen, electric cars, let me present you with some ideas on how to capitalize on some of these advantages. Let's talk about things you can do to use more alternative resources. Look into getting a biofuel vehicle. Instead of just gasoline-powered vehicles, look into biodiesel maybe, or hydrogen-powered vehicles like we talked about. Electric cars are becoming much more cost-effective and affordable in this market. Promote businesses and political leaders who support renewable resources. This includes insurance companies. Some insurance companies will now give you discounts if you have some sort of renewable resource car, like a hydrogen-powered car or an electric car. If you have solar panels in your house, some insurance companies will give you a discount just because you're using a renewable resource. It's actually pretty cool. Promote political leaders also. If we want to see actual change, actual laws made, actual businesses to be built here in the United States, we need laws made. And to get those laws made, we need people in Congress and in Washington that will promote renewable resources. So in conclusion, I just want to encourage you to take the information I just now shared with you and do some research of your own. Find out what you can do to save yourself some money and take advantage of these great energy sources so you can save some money and just leave a better environment for the next guy. Thank you.